Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Week 9 edition of the LL League Insider High School Football Preview Show at lanksports.com. I'm online sports editor Keith Schweigert. Alongside me, the king of all local media, Jeffrey Reinhardt. All right, Jeff, let's have a look at the Section 2 schedule this week. Top game on the schedule is front-running Mannheim Central. They are 6-2 overall, 5-0 in the section. They're going up to Lebanon to take on the Cedars. The Cedars are 6-2 overall as well, but only 3-2 in section play. This is one of those games where your Central's looking for a section title. Lebanon's looking more ahead to the district playoffs and where they can position themselves. But what do you think about this one?
Could be some points in this one, seriously. Central's playing great. 5 wins in a row, first place in the section. Huge payback win over E-Town last week, 28-19. Like the way Lebanon's going. They have the 2 hiccups in section play, but they're still moving the ball like crazy. Capello leads the league in passing yards. He's closing in on 2,000. He's got 21 touchdown passes. I think Lebanon's going to score some points. I like Central's defense, but there could be some points in this one. I'm not saying last team that has the ball wins, but I really like the way Central's going. Their defense has been good. They discovered their running game last week with Joe Gruber, 125 yards rushing. They've been sort of pass happy last couple of weeks, but they really found that running back who can gouge it out and get some yards, suck up some clock. So definitely some points in this game. I don't think it's 58-55 or anything crazy like that. I think Central's defense will find a way in the second half. Barons win and go to 6-0.
Yeah, if you look at Mannheim Central and you look at their record closely, yes, they're 6-2, but as you mentioned, they've won 5 in a row.
Yes.
Those 2 losses are nothing to be ashamed of. They're the only team that's done anything against Wilson this year, even in a losing effort. And they lost to Lancaster Catholic. Catholic dominated that game. It wasn't a monsoon, and it was the second game in a row against a really tough foe for Mannheim Central. So you can kind of excuse that one too. Since then, they've been pretty much unstoppable. I think they keep rolling here. I like Lebanon. I like their offense, really but I think Central is kind of surging ahead into the postseason.
They want to win
here.
this section. They want to win the section.
Yeah, they want to announce that they're back locally. They want to make their presence felt in districts. So yes, I'm going Barons.
Barons.
The other really good team in Section 2 is Cocalico.
Yeah.
They are 7-1 overall. Their only loss in section play is, of course, to Mannheim Central. They're going up against Conestoga Valley this week. CV is what it is. They're struggling. 0-8 overall, 0-5 in the section. So on paper, this one you got to be thinking.
It looks like a mismatch on paper. We'll get the CV stat out of the way first. 15 losses in a row.
Yeah.
Cocalico's been great. 1,200 yards for Kyle Fisher leads the league. They've rushed for 3,067 yards through 8 weeks. That's a ton. Second-ranked offense in the league behind Lebanon. So Cocalico's.
Yeah.
They're trucking. They're looking good. And they know, not to jinx anybody, but if they win out, they should get the number 2 seed in districts, which gives them 3 home games. So they're looking to set that up. They'll have an eye on the Central score, too, because they're still there within shouting distance of the Barons. Cocalico, they'll win here.
Cocalico is currently number 3 in the power points in the AAA district field, but they have CV this week. They have Ephrata next week.
A couple quads.
Yeah, a couple quad A teams, a couple winless quad A teams. So it's 2 games that they could and should win. So they're, like you said, trying to position themselves. I like the Eagles as well. I think they roll here. Moving on, we have Solanco. They are 4-4 overall, 2-3 in the section play. They're going to New Holland. They're going to take on Garden Spot this week. The Spartans are 5-3, 3-2 in section play. Garden Spot, they're one of those sleeper teams that I've kind of had my eye on all year. I like them a lot. What do you think of them?
I really like Garden Spot. I like their rollout passing game. I like Shane Martin a lot. Weston Martin, sorry. They've had a really, really good year. They've been a nice story. I like Solanco here. I like their defense, 5th-ranked defense in the league. Their offense has been really good. They scored 35 points 2 weeks ago. They scored 48 points against Ephrata last week. Ben Miller, New Era Player of the Week, 5 touchdown passes last week. They're doing some things offensively. That's a defensive-oriented team, but they've kind of discovered that they could score some points and move the ball. I like their D. I think they'll find some way to get some stops at the end. I'm going Mules here.
I'm going to go Garden Spot just because I've been watching this team develop through the year. I like them a lot. I like what they do offensively. Defensively, they showed some holes early on, but I think they've improved there. Solanco, again, as you said, they're a good team. They're kind of surging here. They need this win if they have any hope at a district playoff berth. They're going to need 2 wins, so they got to start it here. Having said that, I like the Spartans.
Okay.
So.
Sorry, Weston. Sorry about that.
The final game in the Section 2 docket, we have Elizabethtown, 5-3 overall, 3-2 in the section. Of course, coming off that loss to Mannheim Central, they're going to try to rebound against Ephrata in a game that they should rebound in. Ephrata 0-8 and 0-5 in section play.
2 losses in a row for the Bears. Ephrata doing some things, moving the ball. Passing game's been good. E-Town gets focused here. Take the Bears.
Yeah, I'm going Bears as well. Well, everyone, that's all we have for this week. We remind you to join us on Friday night for our Spotlight game live blogging. Jeff will be doing the Section 1 game between Wilson and Penn Manor. I'll be doing Anvil Cleona and Lancaster Catholic in Section 3. While you're checking out those live blogs, you'll be getting all the scoring updates from games in progress from our staffers around the county. We'll also have the fastest final scores in Lancaster County up on our website Friday night. And on Saturday morning, please check back with our new scoreboard feature, which has all the game details you could possibly want. Scores, stats, game stories, and photos, all in one convenient location. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you next week.